Hello. Namaste, Acharya ji. So you spoke about vibrations, about stones. So I find this as abuse of science, as in to justify superstitions. And there are more other types of abuse of science, like people are using science to justify not only just superstitions, but profit mongering and misconducts even in the science. So but there was a time when like science was seen similar to spirituality, because it asks the same, like it is the outcome of the same question, just directed towards outside. So from such a state, now it has reached to a abusive state. So how has this happened? Like, that is my question to you.
It was always this way. Think of Galileo, think of Newton, think of the attitude of the church towards them. It was always this way. It's just that today it's all the more tragic because we have a vast body of scientific literature available, something that we never had in history. So if people were superstitious historically, that is probably pardonable, right? Because the way of science, the discoveries of science, the proofs that science offers were not freely available to them. So it's understandable if they had irrational beliefs. But today, when all those things are freely available, there is the internet, literacy is at an all-time high. You can access whatever scientific discipline you wish to. All that is available, and still people are superstitious. That's tragic. And that's something that must make all of you wonder. Because we often think that if science progresses, then all kinds of stupidities in the human species will be taken care of automatically, right? That has been the hope. We say a fellow is educated. We say a fellow is well-read. We say the fellow knows science. So he would probably not be superstitious. But that's not come to pass. Instead, we find even people well-versed in science being quite superstitious. Just today, we received a message from a person. I was at IIT Roorkee a few months back. So somebody wrote from there, said, my father is a professor here. And he's been refusing proposals for my sister one after the other, for some reason related to the Kundali, the horoscope. So I don't know what he wrote. Either she is Manglik, the fellow is Manglik, something. So, how is it possible that even education has not been able to take care of these things? If you will think on this, the answer will scare you. The answer is that there sits within all of us a very ancient and terrible beast. Very ancient beast. If you want to look disparagingly at that beast, then that beast has been called as the unconscious by Freud. I have been calling that beast as the inner animal, just the animal, the forest, the jungle. India has called that beast as Aham Vritti. And when you want to look at how understanding that beast can result in your liberation, then you want to address it with a more favorable name. So in that case, it has been called as Prakriti. And when you realize that going close to Prakriti, which is your own primordial nature, will result in your liberation, Then you worship Prakriti by the name of Devi. And India has had Prakriti worship and Devi worship since long, and for a good reason. So what we know of ourselves is the conscious part, right? We know of ourselves not too much. We do not realize where the bulk of our existence comes from. You realize that you are angry after you are angry. You do not realize, for example, where your instincts and feelings come from. And that's the bigger part of the self inside. And that self inside is very, very ancient. And by ancient, I do not mean sacred. I simply mean animalistic. And it wants to remain that way.